Ooh, what's this? Trump announces that the State of Hormuz is open, but then two vessels have been fired upon trying to go through, and 20 have turned around. That's awesome. Thanks, Trump, for lying again. God damn, I love it when, like, US politics becomes global politics. That's awesome. But anyway, today I'm going to be back on this Japanese stuff, you know what I'm saying? We're back on the flashcard shite. Because I wanna finish what I started. That's right. Um, yeah, I do have a CV to finish, but I'm gonna do it tomorrow because it is currently 11:14 p.m. and I'm quite tired. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow with a fresh mind. But tonight, let's just get right into it. I can move this down because I will not be using Neovim, I think. So once again, we're using Mochi. Mochi.cards, very cool application. And alternative to Anki, you know, because Anki is quite well. Honestly, well, yeah, I mean, Anki has its issues, as I said before. I'll say it again, but also Mochi has some quite nice, some nice features that it adds. So to kind of recap from last time, and also for myself because I can't really remember, I got okay. Well, the text to speech requires a Mochi Pro account, so I'll need to upgrade for that, and that will cost me um either $6 or $5 a month. I don't know. Here it says 6, but if I press upgrade, it says 50. It says 5, so I assume it's 5. I hope it's 5 because that's like saves me $1 a month. Yeah. So what is it? Last time was I got this working. Furigana, right? Furigana, the hiragana that shows up above the characters. That can be done automatically through the app, which is very cool. Anki cannot do that, at least not without extensions, to my knowledge. Of course, you could use like AI to do it, but this is just faster because it's built in. Isn't that cool? I also got the CSS, you know, I got my custom CSS so that it only shows on hover. Very cool. I like apps that let you do skinning like that. I mean, it is a web app at the end of the day. As you can see, I can inspect elements as if it were a web app, even though this is indeed a desktop application. But Mochi is also available on the web, so I look forward to that as well. That just makes things very, very, very easy, you know, very fast as well, unlike Anki. If I flip this card over, then I've got my sentence here. So you know, again, I have the sentence in Japanese. Choten ni tatsu mono wa tsune ni hitori, and then I have to translate the entire sentence now. So the one who stands at the peak is always alone. If I get that, or like, you know, the gist of that, then I can say I got the card correct. Either I forgot or I remembered. Um, and then if I want more details, I can optionally press space again to go to another slide. That's right, I can turn the card around twice. It's actually three-sided, where if I need more details, I can get the literal translation here and a breakdown of the sentence. So like choten ni tatsumono wa, its constituents, you know, or is choten meaning peak or summit, ni is a location marker, so like at the peak or summit, tatsu is a stand, it's a verb, and mono is type thing. So tatsu mono would therefore be like standing type thing. So it's like the standing type thing at the summit, or standing at the summit type thing. Then you have the topic market. So this is the topic market. So this is now the topic. So like standing at a summit type thing is the topic of the sentence, right? And then tsune ni takes tsune, eternal, and ni, the adverbial marker. So you get eternally, right? It becomes an adverb, eternally grateful, eternally angry, whatever. And then hitori means alone. So you get eternally alone. So then what you get overall is, as for the type of person, like, because like usually mono is type thing, but in this context it would be interpreted as type of person specifically. As for the type of person to stand at the summit, right? They are eternally alone. Awesome. So I can see that if I need the breakdown. But if I don't need the breakdown, then I can just skip it and go straight for remembered, which is cool. The issue is though, actually, well, I'll go to the next card here. The remembered button has the same shortcut. I mean, it's kind of small, so I doubt you can see it. But the shortcut for remembered is space, and the shortcut to flip the slide is also space. So I can't actually press remembered early without some other keybind. So I need to figure that out. But forget is just F, so that's fine. But remembered, I would need to click, unfortunately. So I'll see if I can change that. But here's another example. この町には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ? Right, so I need to translate this whole thing. Once again, if I had Mochi Pro, this would also automatically by the way, it would automatically play the text to speech. So that's autoplay. That's great. And because it uses Mochi Pro AI, whatever, I don't need to generate it myself. In Anki, I had a workflow where I would create my cards and then like run this text to speech plugin to do it like that. But this will just do it out of the box, built in, without me having to do anything. Like it just automatically runs the text to speech, which is really cool. Whereas for Anki, I had to do it by myself. And plus, with the Anki plugin, there have been some changes to. Well, it's called the Hyper Text to Speech plugin. It often has changes where like stuff gets locked behind premium content, or like the UI changes, or like I need to relearn it. Whereas this is just you pay for it, so you don't have to worry about premium stuff anyway. It's included in the $5 a month, which I think is a fairly good price considering you get of all the features you get with it. And it's yeah, and it just works, right? Which is also the benefit. So I would translate the sentence. This town, in this town, or like Niwa. I don't actually know what Niwa is, so here I would need to. Well, it'd be useful to look at the breakdown of the sentence, but I think it's just like another way of doing the topic marker. So like wa and Niwa are kind of interchangeable, but it's like saying like in this town maybe. Actually, yeah, it should be in this town. So in this town, or like as for what's in this town, nan nin sky. Like um I think it's how many. Now this is me just remembering like the sentence overall, but like I don't fully understand how nanin means how many. Usually nanin I would think is like what person, but like what sky, what stan user gairunda. Gairunda, I don't actually know that at all. Some kind of like how many are there, but just how many stan users does this town have? Okay, we have like some kind of possession, and then for more details, I would get them here, but I've not filled them out yet. Um, yeah, so those are some examples. As you can see, we've got the image here. We can click on it to get a bigger view, although in this case, the size is obviously minimal difference. Maybe on mobile, it'd be more useful. Doesn't really matter anyway. On Anki, I had to use some custom CSS magic and JavaScript actually to make this work, but thankfully it's just built in. Again, I love built-in features. Um, yeah, and then adding cards is some simple, just going N, Japanese, English, the literal translation, the breakdown, and an image, and then everything else from like the text to speech to well, actually, yeah, that's it. The text to speech is auto generated, so that's great. And I also like this because the UI is quite similar to what's it called? Obsidian. That's right, Obsidian. Um, yeah, I talked about Obsidian being used as a flashcard app before, because there is a space for repetition plugin, but I just don't think it's good enough yet to be using. So keybinds, can we get keybinds? If we can't get keybinds, I will of course make a suggestion in the forum because there is a forum for that, which is very cool. There is no Discord server, but I doubt that would be very useful anyway. Because usually when I join Discord servers for help with stuff, um, yeah, nothing really happens. So keybinds would be great. So I don't see any keybind options here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and make a suggestion in the forums. That's right. I'm not going to be complacent. I'm going to literally make suggestions right now. This is the mobile. This is the web view, by the way, of the app. Very cool, very cool. And if I go to the main website, I can go forums, and I can make an account here. So I'm going to log in. Just use my. Okay, well, I already have an account apparently. Scan my finger. Yep. Leak my password. Awesome. I'm logged in. So let's just do a search first. No one has suggested keybinds. Very interesting. Shortcut. Mochi for note taking. Nah, you probably better use Obsidian for that. Keyboard. Like I don't mind my flashcards being separate from Obsidian anyway. Like I can't imagine why I'd want to link to those unless I made Obsidian useful for like also reviewing information of like an exam or something. I guess that'd be useful. But right now I don't feel a strong need. So let's create a new post. Ability to. Okay, what suggestion? I'm in general, right? So do I need to tag this? Feedback maybe? Um, wait, here we go. Feature request and suggestion. Okay, well, feature request. Ability to change keybinds. I find the defaults to be mostly, in fact, before that, if I press this thing, because this is the keyboard here, which also has a keybind, by the way. I think these are just no. These do have things here. The thing is, I can't change them, which is annoying. So mark as remembered and show next side of card. There's actually two ways to show the next side of the card. So it's weird that they both share a keybind here. Yeah, so that's quite annoying. I find these ones to be mostly satisfactory, except both remember and both the both mark as remembered and boom share the same keybind for some reason. Space. Would be great if this could be changed, or at the very least, if an alternative key was added for marking a card as remembered. Uh, there are already alternative keybinds for flipping a card over, but none for marking a card as remembered, as far as I can tell. So this seems like a strange oversight. Yep. Just gonna quickly check that I haven't made a mistake here. Nope, I don't see anything. Literally just space here. There's no other keybinds. I wonder how hard it is to mod this as well. This is closed source, but actually, let's have a look real quick. Where is the source for this application? I guess the first thing we should do is go to our desktop. How do I minimize this tab? For some reason as well, there isn't any like native Windows taskbar, and I don't think I can enable it, which is just annoying because it means I can't minimize it manually. But anyway, Mochi, there's a shortcut. Open the file location. Take into local programs. Mochi, here it is. Mochi.exe. Oh yeah, that's right. It's Proton. So I don't know about modding it then. Let's go FFmpeg. I guess that's for compression. Uh, Chromium, of course. There's the resources. The exe itself is about 200 megabytes. I wonder if the keybinds are hard baked or if they're external. Because if they're external, then it shouldn't be hard for the creator to add more keybinds, right? Searching for space here. See what comes up. There's a lot of space, unfortunately. I guess I shouldn't expect any different. If you look in resources, interesting. Node modules. I wonder how hard it is to actually unpack these. It's got SQLite, WebSQL, protocol, client, locale, just a bunch of packages for different languages. Makes sense. I didn't know it was in different languages though. That's kind of cool. In that case, all right, you can choose a language here. There's two. Okay, strange. Supports Japanese, which is cool. I wonder why it doesn't translation overrides. So you can add custom translations, but you can't change other things. I wonder why there's only two. If there are other locales, but okay. Yeah, so maybe I can switch my things to Japanese then at some point. Like this is Atarashi. Well, I don't know if it's Atarashi, maybe like just Shin something card. Awesome. Importo. Imports. Importo. Uh, Torei? Tray? Okay, I mean that's the inbox, isn't it? Not everything is translated though for some reason. Like this still says the next slide, which is a bit weird. This just has flashcards. I mean that's the name of the folder to be fair. What's that? Uh, okay, that's also not in Japanese. Mieta wareta? I don't know. Okay, but that seems a bit incomplete for some reason. But otherwise, still useful if I want to learn Japanese. Not so useful if I speak Japanese. Um, yeah, I don't see it, so I'm gonna post this. Hopefully, it gets addressed fairly soon. Also check my profile picture here instead of just a big K. Make myself a bit more credible. Uh, 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 which one am I going to go for here? Let's go for this one. Okay, update profile. Awesome. We're so back. So this is your boy. Quickly have a look at what else people are suggesting. Can I just can I select tags here? Feature request. Oh, what the hell? Just exited the UI for some reason. Um, but I am logged in. Isolation database, plugin, extension support. Yeah, extensions would be really useful. Um, Obsidian supports user extensions as well. So I don't know why they wouldn't do it here. Can I upload this? I can. I big second this. Obsidian supports extensions, despite being closed source and having a freemium model. Freemium, right? Freemium, yeah. So I don't see why Mochi can't as well. Sorry. Simple theming without CSS. Curious about that. Show year from one dick. Yeah, okay. So just alphabetically pitch accent for JP. Oh, that'd be really cool actually. That'd be huge actually. Pitch accent would be huge. I used to add pitch accent to my flashcards, but I got rid of them because it was just not really worth the effort. To do it manually, it was a lot of effort to do it manually. Also, you can kind of hear it from the audio anyway. But if they added it, also like sometimes the audio would differ from the pitch accent given, just because of like context and maybe it's even like accentual, like in terms of accents. Um, but if it was automatic and accurate, that'd be cool. A budget link in the card, MathJX, export to PDF. Okay. Disable dragging. You can drag for remember and forgot. That'd be useful as an alternative to a keybind. So this is it, right? Next slide. No. Seems might be mobile only. Yeah, it must be. Okay. Horizontal view support would be would that be useful? Not really, but okay. Zooming on pictures. Don't care. Cheaper entry plan. Like what? I feel like $5 a month isn't that expensive. Curious. Multi-feature request. Let's see. Always a good idea to separate them. How they? Okay. I guess feature request automatically also tags a suggestion. Or maybe it's not even a suggestion tag. I don't know. Add a note from the text. Color coding the tags. Bigger on iPad. Pull new card. Shortcuts customization. Yes. Start the data custom time. These are old though. like very old. So data custom time, a few feature requests. Actually, that'd be really important. Drop down fields, cool. Although I wouldn't use it right yet. Deep linking, dashboard statistics, flag duplicates. Yeah, sprite. Yeah, ability duplicates, automatically reveal or close deletions. Custom JavaScript for dynamic content generation. You should definitely have some more control over dynamic content. Text to speech speed control. Okay. Yeah, so none of these are in the game yet, unfortunately. Let's have a in the game, in the app. Yeah, it's weird that you can't do like accent color, pitch accent feature. Upvote that one. Um, I wonder what price they're thinking of. Like $2 a month. Although it's yeah, it's a good idea it's a good idea to have different tiers. Although maybe that wouldn't cover the costs. Should do though. Um, who's Syed? I can't click on their names to see their other posts, but I think he might be the developer. Um, custom shortcuts, like I said, this is extremely important. Admin, jeez, why is it not in the thing ready? Okay, no, this is Syed, so he's not an admin. Oh, the developer, sorry. Sort the duties day, flag cards, mix and or, modify midnight, yep, link new cards, add for review the next day, very related, reverse, balance load, type order complete. Yeah. Drop down sounds cool, why not? Very important that it should duplicate cards, yes. Or flag duplicate cards. Okay, so Matt is an admin. Is Matt the developer? Yeah. Okay, so I think Matt's the lead developer then. What's that? Huh? You can like link to notes inside. Custom scripts within a card. Yeah, no, that'd be extremely useful. This was like 2 years ago almost. Well, not quite, but text to speech control. Yes, you can use SSML. Okay, but then you have to do it like in the card. I mean, it's template though. You template it. That's fine. I wonder if you can do script tags actually. That'd be useful. Um, so what's the actual progress of some of these things? Changelog. This was literally 8 days ago. Various fixes, fix an issue. The last feature was in March, which was this thing. There's a GitHub repo. Wait, what? GitHub repo? Oh, this is different. Okay. Autofocus, accept TXT files. Pretty minor. New features here. Debug your photo settings. Okay. February. You can contribute new translations. Oh, that was this, yeah, which is cool. Let the community do it. Inbox is actually new. I'm guessing. I don't know. CSV imports. Okay. I mean, I hope some more major features are added over time. Otherwise, it's kind of screwed to, well, yeah, it's kind of doomed. EDN uses Lisp type syntax. It's interesting. This is Mochi translations, Mochi cards. So close source, but Objective C. This was updated 2 weeks ago. Okay. I do wonder if an open source alternative to Mochi will come around sometime, because that would be kind of cool. And then it could be funded. Well, it could still offer like sync and stuff, but just have the other stuff be open source. I believe that's feasible. Or if it wants to be completely free, then it can be like Anki and go through donations. Though that might be difficult, especially if wanting to be on mobile. You'll kind of need to have a user base ready. It's also quite a difficult, big undertaking to make a whole app as nice as this. Okay, so really all I need to do now is just kind of streamline this process where I have the breakdown. So to go back to my card here, wrong one, this one, press E to edit. You can see I use a wiki table, but wiki tables in of themselves are quite limited. Like here, if I want to have no header, I need to specifically put div class no header, right? Probably just remove this actually. Let's see if that works. It does work. Cool. Just a bit redundant. That's why. Cool. Like why? Like for example, why is the spacing here so weird? Like I have this as a separate table, but this one like kind of binds to it, and this one binds to this one. Even though if I go to my settings, you can see that that doesn't like they are meant to be separate. So I'll see if I can figure that out. It also kind of sucks. I need to use like div class, but what can you do really? It's markdown HTML. It's kind of unavoidable really, unless you could like I don't know like unless I have like a templates feature where you can literally do like this, no header, like that. But why? Like this is not that much more verbose. Um, I do wonder sometimes though, how cool would it be if HTML had a class tag like this, just like class no header, like that. Like wouldn't that be cool? And then for like multiple classes, you literally just do like that. Just a thought, man. Just a thought. Although then it's like, do you want a span or a div? I mean, like divs is most of what you use, but sometimes you want to use like different elements. So anyway, not a big deal. I need to use a toilet, so I'm gonna come back. Yep, love this part of the video where I just vanish completely. You know what? To prevent just vanishing completely, I'm gonna I'm gonna let me cook. Let me cook. Yes, genius. All right, I'll be back.
ああ、毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その小またに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ？
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって。
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その小またに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ？
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって。
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その小またに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ？
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって。
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その小またに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ？
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって。
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その小またに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ？
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって。
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その小またに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ？
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって。
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その小またに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ？
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって。
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その小またに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ？
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって。
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その小またに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ？
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって。
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日 毎日毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その困ったに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その困ったに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その困ったに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その困ったに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その困ったに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その困ったに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
その困ったに電チャリオレンジ。
電チャリ
説明しよう。関電暮らしモードなら電動自転車サブスクを月額1990円から利用できるのだ。
お得じゃん。
重い荷物もしんどい坂道だって
楽ちん。通学も
通勤にも便利。
Oh yes。関電なら暮らしに役立つサービスいっぱい。関電暮らしモードから読んでね。キャンペーン中。関電暮らしモード。
ああ、毎日毎日買い物の荷物重すぎ。
I don't know if there are bombs or fireworks outside, but hopefully the former. I mean, the latter. Freudian slip there. Yeah. Jensen Ackles says the N-word. What? Right. Where was I? Yeah, so this is workable. Obviously it'd be nice if I could just make a table like this. Whoa, like this. And that'd be best case scenario. Or maybe I could do better than a table. Maybe. Maybe I should use like a bullet list instead. Although I'm not sure how that would look. But let's go ahead and actually, let me do a test here. If I just have a list, can I have it display as a table? Let's go to the playground. Right? So let's say I have a list. So, okay. Stop it. You unordered, can't speak, unordered list. Right? With a list item. Foo. And another one. Bar. Run that. Now, if I were to inspect this, find our list item here and change the style. So instead of display list, it's display table. Table what? Cell? Column? Table row? Let's say we do a table row and display these as a table cell. Okay, so now it's actually put them together, which is kind of funny. But this is workable, right? Because now we have it. Because now we kind of have a table from a list, right? So then I could do obviously like style this further. Ooh, how do I do this? So like like padding 5px, border 2px solid black, right? As a table should have. Type shit. Yeah. Boom. So now I've created a table from a list. So this is a cool idea. So maybe I could apply that to this instead. So instead of so instead of using a table, I use a list. So let's actually prototype this right now. I'll just put this on this note. Okay, don't know how this got created. Let's delete that. But I'll add it to this note first, so like a kind of playground. And I'll do it like this. W advert, by the way, that I had playing there. That is one of my favorite actors right now, because he's the actor of Tonio in Poaching Seashore. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you're a loser. All right. So that looks like this, right? Then if I open this in Inspect Element mode, find my list here, and of course I don't want to give this a class, but I think I can do that in my template. So let's go ahead and add just for all lists for now. Let's say we want this to display as a table, I guess, and then each list item will be a table row or whatever. Display table what? Column or row? It has to be row, right? So now we got a bit of a table going on here, which is kind of hard to see, but it's definitely there. And then how do I have like a wiki table? So if I go to this one and check this, is there a class being applied to this table? Memo markdown styles markdown class table. Okay, that's different though. But fine, let's say we're to copy this and give it to this UL. Yeah, I guess it's workable. Is there another way? How can I turn a HTML list into a table? Okay, that's obviously by hand. Yeah, the thing is, how do I give it this styling, right? Also, li span display what? Table cell. I mean, in this case, doesn't really make a difference, does it? Padding. Oh, 4px, 8px. Why is it doing that? I guess there's no li span in this case. That's fine. Also, like, if I want to separate these into two different things, how would I do that? Right? Because if I edit this, I have this bar, but how do I split it at the bar? That's the question as well. If I do this, what happens? Then I get a subtable, right? A table within a table. Can I use this to my advantage? Probably not. Hmm. No, probably not. Not like this. Okay, let's try something else. I mean, that's one way to do it. Hmm. I could also like create a wiki table in the list, I guess. Is that an option? Like if I do this, is followed by, I don't know, like this. I have no idea if that even works. Definitely not. Okay, didn't think so. Yeah, so a table in a list won't work. But I don't have to make it a list either. I don't know. Like a list is the only way I can think of to list elements, I guess. I like to format them. Like you can make a table, you can make a list, or you can make or you can make is that it? I mean, a table is two-dimensional. A list is one-dimensional. Of course, you could do it like this as well. Like just like make it a list, but kind of like format it in a way where it's readable, presentable, like this, right? Not too bad. Is it possible to split on a delimiter in CSS? I'm guessing no, because like that sounds really complex. What? Okay, yeah, no string manipulation. White space pre. Interesting. But that's like white space. I want a way to format a simple table without needing to use a table with markdown without needing to use the limited table syntax. And without using HTML tags, obviously. See if Claude can use his vast knowledge to think of something. Display grid. I'm not on Hugo. I'm not on Hugo, unfortunately. This is for Mochi.flashcards, which uses Markdown to render flashcards. That means I can use CSS and HTML tags, but no JavaScript. To my knowledge. Yikes. I mean, it's not terrible, I guess. But I also want a way to like, hmm. Jesus, my ears are actually tweaking. Um, It means I need to wrap. I need to wrap everything in span tags though, which isn't ideal. Like what I want is something like this, right? Where I can like have like the main phrase, or like a sub phrase, and then the breakdown of that sub phrase, right? That's what I really want. Otherwise, obviously, I could just have a list of everything by itself, but having the breakdown of the sub phrase is also useful. So that is a requirement of mine. Uh, Another possibility is like a table within a table, but that's a bit not that's not feasible with Markdown, unfortunately. Otherwise, yeah, I can have like a table with a table inside one of the rows. Is it feasible actually? I highly doubt it because it'd have to be like, nah, there's no way. Can I have a wiki table with a table inside it though? So say I had like this. Could I have another one that's like, actually, first of all, can I have different number of rows? That's the first question. Kinda, but it doesn't span unless it does. No. Yeah, I don't know how to do that one. And I'm guessing I can have a table within a table if I do like that with HTML tags instead. Yes. Okay. Yeah, like a nested table. Yikes. Hmm. It's not ideal though. Lots of boilerplate there. Yeah, I don't know. Surely I can think of something. Um. Mm, what options do I have for fields? Let's just close that. Discard those changes. Edit my Japanese sentence card. Checkbox number. Draw. AI text is useless. Checkbox. Hmm. If I could like dynamically create fields as well, that'd be quite useful. Actually, that'd be very useful. Um. Hmm. It's saved. Okay. Strange. Okay, let's just focus on this for now. Like this is okay. I just need to be, I just need to be able to split this up because I don't know why there's a space there but not somewhere else. Like this div seems to make it attach here, which is weird. So we got class no header, right? Let's use this. I could like margin top, obviously, like, whatever. But there should be another way to do it. If I just check this, what's this? What's the spacing like? Okay, that treats it as one full thing for some reason. Okay, this table. So you got this, then you got the padding, then the border, and the margin. There's no padding, but yet there is this. So does the table have padding? The table has a margin. Okay, where's the margin? Is it this? Okay, so the class for the table says the margin is 1 EM. So can I say margin top inherit? No? Like, it should pass on from the child to the bigger thing, but that doesn't seem to be an option. Of course, I could just copy it manually, so I get 1 EM. It works, right? Yeah, this works. So I got this, this, and then this. Suppose I'll give it a try. So to do that, then I need to edit my CSS. Wherever I put it, I don't remember. Is it just here? No, I put it in my actual folder. Snippets, which is in Documents Mochi. Okay, fair enough. Wrong editor. Let's open this in the proper editor, please. There you go. Yeah, so display none. Okay, that's for the table header. So no header. Um, let's use the nesting properties of tables. Yeah, so margin top should also be 1 EM. So if I refresh this, get this, but I'll go settings, add a theme, open this. Okay, that did update. Very good. What else then? So Japanese sentence. The breakdown, can I wrap the breakdown in a div of its own as well? So class equals, let's say breakdown, breakdown. Okay. Okay, that's really weird now, how it's kind of just broken that up. This is wrapped in the breakdown, but this isn't. It's a bit strange. Why only that part? Does anything here break it? Slash div for no header. Slash div for no header here. That's it. So I don't know why it would break the template. Ooh, yikes. Okay, you don't love to see it. I don't know why it ends early there, after the first no header. And this works. If I add something arbitrary like that, no. So this one just isn't rendered. So it clearly exits early through something else, which is really weird. I don't know why it would do that. That doesn't fix it either. And if I make it a span, now the whole thing is selected. That's good. Yeah, so there's some kind of bug there in the rendering. which is a bit annoying. But a span works. So if I do span.breakdown, I can do text align center or not align items. Okay, so display flex. Oop. Flex, change the flex direction here to columns. Nice, this actually works. I'm worried that this is quite hacky, but I mean, it works. Okay. Yep. So border 2px solid white, padding 5px, 50 5px, a bit bigger, 1px. RGB, I don't know, 255, 255, 255, 0.2, 0.1. Yeah. Um, just so it's kind of like encapsulate it under one thing. Border radius 15px. No. Background color maybe? No, never mind, it leaks through. Okay. And then span child breakdown. These don't have their own classes, so that's annoying. Fine, I guess. Because like otherwise I could put like pluses in here, but obviously I don't need to. Yeah. I can add a thing for table, so it's always 100% in width. For some reason, it doesn't apply to these ones though. These tables, even though they're also tables. It's really weird. If I do table dot no header, nope, or dot no header table. If for some reason that the table styles just don't apply, it's really bizarre. Bizarre. If I did it directly like this, it still doesn't work. So I don't know if it's like a bug in the rendering process, but that's weird. Then table, yeah, table header is hidden. For the body, you can see that TD width 50%. Right, so another equally size, whatever. 100% would be like that. 50% would be like this. And that works. But it's just like the full table width itself doesn't change for some reason. Maybe it's because the header is display none. If I do T body with 100%, no change. Is it this then? Is that why it doesn't work? Because this also needs to be 100%? Yes. Okay, that makes sense now. So let's say I did no header, width 1%, and also table width 100%. And span dot breakdown, whatever. Reload it. Also upload it. Okay. So now I get the 100%, but they're not even, right? So to fix that, I can add a new thing for table TD, which is width 50%. If I did 40%, would it skew? No. Yeah. Actually, it does skew a bit for some reason. So whatever. Anyway, so 50 would be uniform like this. Obviously, it'd be better if the kanji was thinner, just because the English side is, well, English is longer, so like the text is literally longer, physically speaking. Um, is there another way I can do this? Mm. Oh no, let's just use it for now. Width 50%. I mean, I could make it like PX based, pixel based, so like 100 pixels. Never mind, that affects both, obviously. Um, if I do too much, literally nothing happens. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to only affect the right side. I'm not sure it's possible. Unless in CSS, is it possible to only target the second column in a table row without the TD having a class or ID attached? I think you can, using like a to thing. Yeah, nth child, exactly. So if I do tr, td, nth, is it nth like that? Obviously not. Tr, td, nth child 2, and make the width 70%. Perfect. It works. Holy moly. This is why I am a genius. I mean, 60% is pretty good. Honestly, just go 70%. Not 6, 7, 70%. Is that too much? Yeah, it's too much. I think 60 is pretty good balance. So we'll take this then. Man, CSS is cool when it's cool. That much I can say. Okay. So that's sorted. Obviously I can do other things as well. Like the breakdown class. can wrap this in a thing. I mean, there's not really any reason to though to wrap it. Unless I added like a line going through the back or something, but how would I even do that? I don't know. Like mm, like this. I was thinking. Let's see if it works. Breakdown before. Um, Border solid GPX white. Or is it invisible? After? Before? Content. Yes. Okay. Position. Absolute. Has to be. Height 100%. Okay, that might go just a bit off the screen. Height. It needs to be 100% of the element auto. 100. No. If I do after, is it different? Like the ordering of the height? Okay, no, that's like that then. How do I just have it go to the bottom of this? Height. I mean, yeah, it should be percent. Can I do 100% and then how do I clip now? What's it called when like a thing goes off screen and then it's hidden? Overflow. Hidden. Nope. Overflow. Why? Scroll. Just goes a massive scroll bar. Okay. I could do like a absolute thing like this, I guess. That's obviously not going to work dynamically. Also, like Z position, Z index even 0. Yeah, 0. Go backwards. Okay, it just hides it immediately. So I can't seem to put it behind the table. I imagine it actually is behind the table, but you just can't see it because the table itself is not. Well, doesn't have a background. Like, can I prove this? Never mind, I'm wrong. Okay, yeah, this wouldn't work anyway. But hey, it's an idea, isn't it? But what if I remove the before? Remove the position absolute. So I got this. Make the width 0. This is so dumb. Actually, I could just add it as a to the template, couldn't I? Okay, never mind. Delete that, delete that, delete that. Tell you what though, this is display flex, right? No, look at the span is. Actually, what I don't need the span. Full stop. So for the breakdown class, I can have it go for. There's a way to do this. Um, Not that. Not that. This flex container, flex item, not last child. Yeah. Now this won't really work unfortunately, but I think I can do breakdown or table, maybe. not last child. Yeah, I mean, but it only affects the ones that are explicitly table. Mind you, I could add another one then. Just copy this, which is the same thing. So breakdown, but instead do no header, right? Dot no header, not last child. Color red. Yep, so only these ones are red, this one's not. And then instead of that, do after. And we'll make content plus or something. Yeah, same for this one. Real CSS magic here. I'm aware my camera's covering like the CSS, but whatever. So you got this, right? You got the pluses there. Okay, why is that happening? That's really annoying. Okay, if it's if it's a table class, it doesn't seem to work. I mean, like not table class, table thingy. Damn, that's weird. How about before? Does before work better? Nope. Is it here for some reason? What the hell? What is this thing's problem? Like, tables are so goofy. Okay. Like, why is the plus inside the table? Makes no sense. Like, this should be after the T body. Is that why? Just lost it as well. My settings. Where did they go? Hello? Um, okay, that doesn't work. Damn, why is it inside why is it inside the table? I actually don't understand that. Uh, no, it's gone. Can't edit it anymore. What the hell? Why not? Okay, it's just killed itself. Well, what can you do about that? Okay, let's copy it here first. Right. Okay. I would like to delete this one, please. Just won't let me. Okay. So let's have display. Do any of these display things break it? Out. Nope. Or position. Absolute seems to kind of work. But it's like not really. Text align center, obviously. Display flex maybe. And then align items to the center. Justify content. How big is it? It's very small. Width, 100%. Okay, so it would be justify content. Why is it there though? 100% goes like off the page. What the hell? Bro, what's going on? Okay, because it's absolute, I guess. Okay, that doesn't work then. Why is it inside a table cell? It makes no sense. You're not a table, bro. You're not a table. Stop acting like one. Yeah, this is a bit frustrating. I can't lie. I can only think to wrap each table in a div. Like, say this is dot header, and when I edited it, I would have header or no header. Like it kind of works now. Yeah, I mean it works. So then I have to remove this margin top thing. Um, changes to just dots header. So now I have both. In fact, I can just do this. Should work. And then yeah, there's the plus. So I can do whatever I want with it really. I don't know, like font size, 100px. Customize it however I want. 30. Color, RGB, I don't know, white, or slightly transparent maybe. Maybe even super duper transparent. I can't keep going the wrong way. So now I can import this. So 0.4 seems pretty good. I keep switching tabs. Switching windows. Not even windows. What are these called? Desktops. I keep switching desktops by accident. Right. Yeah. That's 0.4. It's pretty cool, I'd say. Yeah. And then for the breakdown itself, I could have a dot breakdown before content equal sign because it comes from this, right? So then same thing, right? Color like that, and font size 30. The padding's a bit weird. That comes from the block quote, which for some reason has crazy spacing under it. I could do padding none, 0, or margin even, sorry, margin 0. Makes no difference. Oh well. Also, I can change. Wait, wrong thing. Should be this. Still no difference. I could also change this. I could make it like a down arrow, for instance, like that. I guess equals makes more sense. Nothing to undo. What do you mean? Right? So take this, I guess. Whoops. Copy this. And just make literally just make an equal sign. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. And then this is fairly simple-ish, right? Just have to make it class or sorry, yeah. Give it a class of either header or no header, which could be worse. Could even just like, well, no, because like if I use HTML, that has to be like this. So like, it's this or it's this. It's like, okay, well, this doesn't even render, so that's great. Ridiculous, man. Like, okay, like which would you prefer? This, like slightly funky syntax, or this? Like the answer is pretty easy for me. So it's gonna be this. It'd be nice if the table lined up, but what can you do? Obsidian does have the like auto formatting, so it actually does line up. These characters are not don't use a monospace font for some reason, like not a proper one, so that's doesn't work. Can I change the font for these, perchance? Like, I'm in edit view. Like, if I look for the font style here, fonts monospace, right? I should have a coding font for Japanese. If I just remember what it was, but honestly, it doesn't matter anyway. Just a bit funky is all. Okay, so I think I can call it there. I think that's pretty finished. Oh yeah, why is this not? Why is the width of this one messed up? Header. Um, like this then. Yep. Funny how the plus is now not spaced properly. even though it is here. That's weird. An inconsistency. No, but still. Let's say I got like a margin of like 5px, I don't know. Doesn't work. 10px. I mean padding, sorry. Just ignores it. Cool. Removing it just like screws it completely. Okay, don't know why it does that. And the spacing's a bit hit or miss too. Like, yeah. But okay, so this is the card. So if I were to try, so I'm trying to think. If I were to recreate this in Anki, this would be easy enough. Well, no. So I wouldn't be able to auto generate Freddy-Gana. That's one thing. Text to speech would also not be automatic. I'd have to do it manually. This is fine. Image is fine. I couldn't make. I don't think I can turn a card a third time. But obviously I can just have like a drop down menu. That's fine. So no issues there. And this thing I could. The thing is, Anki does have like a table thing, like a button you can just press to edit it in like table in I don't know, has like a render view, right? So rather than editing it at code as code, sorry, you can edit it visually, and that helps it. Well, that just makes things a lot easier for tables. With that aside, yeah, honestly, this would be pretty easy to do. Just that you can't really specify table headers as easily, maybe. Maybe. What else? Yeah, the biggest thing is the furigana and the text to speech. Otherwise, Anki would probably be okay for this. So I'm trying to think. The thing that my issues right now are this keybind thing, right? For revealing the card and the inconsistency in the formatting here. Like, I mean, I know I'm using CSS for the cards, which I shouldn't be doing anyway, but I can't really think of a better way to like present this text right now. Present this stuff like this. This is just so easier to read that I wouldn't want to not have this. Right? Could I even have like a table with just the header? Like if I had this foo bar and then this. Oh yeah, that does work actually. So in that case, rather than have this, I could have it like this, kind of like in reverse. So if I show it, yeah, huh, that works, doesn't it? Maybe I'll do that then. So then I don't need to have these div things for header and no header. I can just do this. Yeah. And then for the CSS, table. Um, yeah, just say the table header. whatever. So like, okay, so in my CSS, I change, well, these, because they're no longer relevant. I just make this like table. Whoops, see. What? CT, oh, right, table, not, remove the dot as well. And table header nth child instead. Right? Every time. So now if I just go ahead and settings and upload this, then refresh. Yeah. So this actually works. And the pluses are messed up. Nothing I can really do about that. Well, besides just remove the pluses, I guess. That is totally an option. So let's do this. This is fine. Like because of how the table headers work, and this is fine here, right? Yeah. And then the pluses are very finicky anyway, so I probably don't even need this breakdown class, do I? Like if I just disable all this stuff, it still works fine. So let's just remove this for now then. And update the CSS. Refresh. I really hope there's actually like, unlike if you do mobile, like save it to mobile, it should do. And then I just have this, right? So now each part of the sentence is its own thing. So if I read this like just looking at the gray parts, the table headers, I get stunning at the summit type thing is a topic eternally alone. So stunning at the summit type. So as for the one who stands at the summit, they are eternally alone, right? Eternally alone, and then like the they are is implicit. So mono in this case, type thing or kind of person. So the kind of person who stands at the summit. Okay, so as for the kind of person who stands at the summit, eternally alone, right? So cool. This I'm happy with. And then I assume if I go to my inbox, the formatting would be a lot more consistent here. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good then, isn't it? I don't really have any complaints here. Um, maybe I'll just change the colors a bit. So for the table header, I could change the color. This one I think I can make it pink, like this. This is cool. God damn, these colors suck. Uh, yeah. Unfortunately, there's not like a good way to make to make the accent color consistent. So I think just scrap that. But I do want a different color than just like opaque, translucent black. Maybe like very translucent black, or like a reddish black. You know, like just something that's actually colorful. Japanese is red, so I feel like red is quite fitting for a color. So suppose it was like this color. Okay, yeah, this works. Just like it's a bit more visible. So what's it? RGB 255 for this, right? What the hell? Full red. And then 0.1, right? 10%. Yeah. Okay, that works. And this stuff is whatever. I don't love the table outline color. Mochi table border. What if it's like 0.5? That's fine. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? This quote kind of sucks. This block quote. But centering the text even be good? Probably not. Okay, I can't apparently. Nah. Just the text color kind of sucks. Can I override it? I can't. Okay, how about block quotes dot paragraph? Now I can. Font style normal, please, not italic. Yeah. Copy this. Could also do like before. Have a quotation mark. It's a quote, right? But nah, that would suck. Um, I mean, do I even want a quotation box at this point? Probably not, to be honest. Like, I could just change the template, like so. Right, so like it's just like this. But then wrap it in a box. Pray it works properly. Good. You know, so have like I don't know, padding margin 5px, 10px, 0. Border 1px, solid, white. Padding 5px all around. 10px maybe. RGB 255, 0.1. Yeah, like this. So I mean, it basically looks like a table element, but text align left. Nah, I guess for consistency with a table, it should be centered. Font weight, bold, maybe. Could work. Or font style, italic is another option. Yeah, I think that's better. Or both. No. Yeah. Yeah, screw it. I'll do both. Yeah, so we can use this instead then of the block quote thing. Nice. Dude, okay. And then border, maybe radius. Really just not necessary, but yeah, script. Sharp corner gang. And background color. I could do the same as that thing, right? But then like it's not very different. What is red's complementary color? Turquoise? Green? RIP red green colorblind people. Or this. It's just like I hesitate to use red because it's also used for, well, I mean, like this just isn't very colorful in general. Like this app is very black and white, so it kind of it's kind of weird to use red unless I use it like here. God, that sucks. Man, choosing color shouldn't be this hard. Okay, this blue's fine. Bro, every time. Okay, boom. I think I'm done then. Okay, I'm happy with this. So to put this to the test, obviously I need to import it first. But to put this to the test, let's also do it for this card then, right? So we'll have to ask AI. Give me a literal breakdown of this sentence. Konomachi ni wa. Hey, like look at this table, man. Yeah, so this town, Niwa, in this town. Okay, I thought so. How many people? Yeah, so we go bit by bit. So don't need any classes or anything. Can just do this. We'll start with the first phrase. Kono ni wa. In this town. In this town, we go home and put a hill to the pumpkin song. Right? Kono is this. Machi. Town. Ni wa. Ni plus wa. Location plus topic markers. Like combined. Yep. And then Nannin Stanlord Sky. So Nannin, how many people? Okay, so Nan in this case is how many. Oh, and then Nin is a counter. Okay, so it's not what person, it's how many. Right. Stan user. This is like how many Stan users. And to be, iru, irunda. Oh, it's ga irunda. I read it as ga irunda. Ga irunda. I mean, you could say that, but like, ga irunda. Okay, yeah, that makes it much simpler. Much more understandable to my mind. So, nando tsukai. What? Nannin stando tsukai. How many stand users? Yeah, so nan nin is like how many plus like the person counter, yeah. Person counter. Awkward there with how that line ends. And then we got stando sky, so stando stand user sky user wielder. Both work, right? Yep. Both from the verb to use, and then ga. I forgot to put the thing here. The hell? What the hell? Button. Ga is just a subject marker, right? And then we also need this. Don't forget. And then iru nda. So iru. I mean, irunda. What was nda do? No. So the not contraction and that the copula. Rhetorical emphasis. Okay, so iru is just to exist. Nothing too special about that, right? Or to be. To exist for animate objects, right? And then that rhetorical emphasis. Yeah. For an exasperated tone. So that's where the just comes from. So as for in this town, how many stand users exist? Kinda. As for in this town, how many stand users exist? And look at that. That's pretty good, right? Like I feel like it tells you everything I need to know. Really. So there you go. I think I'm ready. So yeah, moment of truth. I'm gonna go ahead and purchase this thing. Again, it's like $5 a month, so let's do it. Obviously, I'm gonna not dox my card details. That'd be awful of me. So it'll be a monthly payment. Hopefully I remember what my password is. It'd be hilarious if I forget right now. Autofill. I don't have. No, I'm not gonna give my autofill for card number details. Where is my card even? Where's my wallet? It's over there. Okay, well, I'll do it on Revolut. Good afternoon, Kojo. Good afternoon. Uh, card. Yeah. Okay, my card details. 69420. Visa, of course. Just kidding. I use the American Express Visa card actually. Postcode? I don't actually know. I only lived here for like a year. Okay. I actually have no idea if this is even secure. Oh well, it worked. So that cost me £3.71, and yeah, so it actually is $5, not six, which is weird. Because it's kind of unclear about that. But thankfully, it was a cheaper one, and yeah, that cost me £3.75. So it's £3.75 a month, which I think is perfectly reasonable. And yeah, awesome, isn't it? Okay, and I subscribed, so it should be safe for me to share my screen again. And let's see it. Requires a Mochi Pro account. I've got it. So now what? Do I just refresh? Awesome.
頂点に立つ者は常に一人。
頂点に立つ者は、常に一人。
頂点に立つ者は常に一人。
常に一人。So the peak. So at the peak, standing. So yeah, 頂点に立つ者は. So as for the type of person who stands at the peak, they are eternally alone. Yes. Sounds good. I can look at the thing if I want to, but I'll say remembered. Okay. I go to the next one. That's it. Huh? I only did one card. Okay, let me. This one for some reason is scheduled today. Yeah? Why can't I do it if it's not there? Let's forget these ones. Try again.
頂点に立つ者は常に一人。頂点に立つ者は
It's weird. Oh, this is archived. Did not mean to do that. Okay.
頂点に立つ者は常に
Okay,
一
just
人。
had this one, remembered. This is
この町には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ。
Kono Machi.
この町には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ。
Okay, so this is using the wrong reading.
この町には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ。この町には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ。
Yeah, but yeah, just how many 10 users are in this town? Awesome. Awesome. Remembered.
頂点に立つ者は常に一人。
Yeah, so if the text to speech can be wrong, that's obviously problematic as well. I could have a separate field for refining it, like an override for it. That's obviously not ideal. Also, the voice. Can I hear the voice? Okay, it's on random voice. What's the default voice?
この中には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ？頂点に立つ者は常に一人。
That's what I'm used to. I like this voice.
この中には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ？
I like actually. I don't remember adding the question tone usually when I do it. But that's
この
cool.
中には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ？
I don't know why it's messing up this furigana, because when I use the automatic furigana thing, it gives me the correct one. So I'm not sure why that changes it. Like this is cho, like mori or cho, but machi would be correct here. Yeah, that's not great. But obviously I can override that if I need to. I do need to, so how do I do this? Is it like this? I forgot how to do conditional fields. Let's have a look at Mochi, sorry. Docs. Template, dynamic fields. Yes, hashtag. Yep, so if as a new field, be text to speech, I guess. Of a different field. Okay, hold on. Not like this. We have a text field called Japanese pronunciation. Right? Like this. And we'll add good Japanese audio override. Overridden even. So if Japanese pronunciation, right? So if there's Japanese pronunciation, then use Japanese audio overridden. It's an ISO overridden? Overridden with two Ds. What's like an if else? Conditional rendering. When it's empty, that's right. If it's empty, then just do this. There's no if else, is there? No, no if else. Okay. Switch all cards to this template. No.
頂点に立つ者は常に
So let's say this one.
この中には何人スタンド
That's that. If I change this to この町には what's this saying before? Unable to play audio. Why is that? I meant to delete that.
この中には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ
Yeah, so it's just that part. So let's edit it. So that's fine. Probably Sakai as well should be different. Sakai. So now we save this. Unable to play audio. Why would that be? Okay, why is that? Oh, I didn't choose anything. Language Japanese. That's annoying. Voice female. Okay, try again.
この町には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ
Perfect. So now I can override it. Same idea in Anki. Is my camera facing me? Kind of moved. That's weird. Yeah, so same as I do in Anki. And yeah, that's perfect, really. What other premium features do I have even? Publish decks. Wait, you can't publish without Pro? That's weird. Sync, dynamic fields, AI integration, email support. I mean, let's see my account here. I can sync, right? I've got settings. Okay, that's just normal settings. Searching. No. Okay. So as far as like fields go, there's AI text generator for example sentences, create question, create flashcard, reword sentence for randomization. Oh, that's kind of useful. I wouldn't use it for sentence flashcards, but for something else, it would help you like not memorize the card, which can be quite useful. Latex, whatever. Custom prompt. Ah, that's actually really useful as well. Just do something type shit. That's cool. I don't know how I'll use that yet, but obviously that has lots of potential, doesn't it? Text to speech, image search, no. Translation, no. Transcription, no. Don't know why I would do that. Dictionary lookup. I mean, I don't know what it would do with it though, with the output. Oh, like it'd just be direct. Fair enough. And Pinyin and Furigana. Yeah. Okay. Attachments, wouldn't use that anyway. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'm syncing now. So if I go to my browser, it should now sync to my account. You're not authorized to access this database. Yeah, log in. It merged my Spanish, so let's just delete that one. Okay, so
こ
as you
の
can
町
see,
には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ
I can now access on the web browser as well. Very cool, very neat. Light mode actually is quite nice, isn't it? I might go light mode.
頂点に立つ者は常に一人
Here. Because again, like I would never do these at nighttime anyway. Like if I need to keep my eyes closed. Yeah, so I don't even need the app anymore. I can just do it from my browser and it'll protect it. And now, moment of truth is on my phone. Let's see how it is on iOS. So I'm gonna go to my phone, App Store, search for mochi.cards. There it is. It gets 4.8 stars with 44 reviews. Pretty good. Getting it now. It's by Matthew Steedman. I think my storage is actually really low on my phone, so I might need to delete some apps or like photos and stuff. Okay, log in. Email. I wish I could log in with Google, but well, I'm using a password that's different from my other accounts just in case this gets hacked or like leaked. Yeah, there it is. There's a card. It says unable to play audio though.
この町には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ
There you go, it works. Just how many users, sound users, does this town have? Perfect. That's okay. That's my inbox. I can create cards from my thing as well very easily, which is for my phone, which is something you can't really do in Anki. Funnily enough, not that it'd be easy to add them here because I need to like do all the formatting and stuff, but definitely not useless. I've got like duplicates of my notes. Yep. Just delete one of those. And it's immediate as soon as I deleted it, it immediately synced on mobile. So that's cool. And yeah. Changes to light mode, preferably. And there you go.
この町には何人スタンド使いがいるんだこの町には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ
Right, that's desktop. This is mobile. So cool. It syncs. Yeah, so I mean it's now half one, so I'm gonna leave it there. But I will definitely continue this. There's Mochi now in my little apps thing. Not that you can really see that clearly, but you know, there's Anki, there's Mochi. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll start adding some cards and get reviewing and see what happens. I'm quite optimistic for this thing. But yeah, and once again, I can open it very quickly. Like I say, you know, I want to do some Mochi today. Just go boom, boom. Well, it'd be app.mochi.cards. Obviously, I also have them bookmarked. Get ready, boom, straight into it.
この町には何人スタンド使いがいるんだ
Isn't that great? I wonder if there are any other different settings on. Probably not, because the app's Electron, so I don't see why it'd be different. Yeah, it's probably the same. But yeah, that's it. So very, very convenient, very cool. Well, thanks for watching. So yeah, I'm gonna continue with this by making cards and then actually reviewing them, and I'll see where it goes with that. And hopefully that'll be the like yeah. Hopefully it being less friction full than Anki would make me more likely to do it. So I do hope that works out well. But yeah, I'll be reviewing them in my own time and making them. I might make a video where I make them though, just like kind of go through the process. But I'll report back in a few weeks, I guess, or maybe less, depending on how well it goes. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, I guess I'll find out and say so. But yeah, subscribe for subscribe. Just subscribe, and smash like.